Hello again, that's Amy and Nate. It's middle of another sleepless night, yeah, and I'm exhausted, but I'm continuing to read to you the document I have submitted to the local migration asylum committee, yeah, as part of my application where I'm telling about my brain disorder this time, yeah, and I'm reading this to you. That's yet another video, yeah, and I'm reading now page 5 of 10, yeah. Then there is more social impact yet. I can be set up for anything and smeared. People quote things I never said, I never could have said. They did not come from me, but then they allege otherwise. There are smear and other private videos and photos circulating somewhere. I never saw them myself, but was told in a lot of detail with a lot of very different witnesses confirming the fact of the existence of such criminal materials. I heard comments about myself, such as that my unconscious, helpless, nightly body is my primary identity, what the speaker said, yeah? My real self, quoting her, my barcode, again, a quote, yeah? That shows what I am as a person. And that it is the only thing that you need to know about to determine my worth. And those attitudes badly horrify me. I mean, imagine somebody evil drugs a girl with date rape, and she's helpless and can't protect herself against a cruel gang rape. Real life cases here, yeah? So does that mean that the girl is a pervert, shameless whore who enjoys being raped by a gang of strangers in a public place and abandoned bleeding? Well, I hope that you can answer that question. The girl is a victim of terrible crime, and she has nothing to do with what was done over her body and over her life. Again, imagine somebody evil drugs you or pours chemically influencing substances in your body. As a result, you slur the words. You cannot put two words together or move your tongue. You stare at somebody else's husband or wife in a rude manner, maybe. Maybe you tell somebody they are fat, ugly, and needed. Maybe you step on somebody's foot. Maybe you fart despite being in a public place. Or maybe you might urinate on yourself, yeah? Right into your clothes. Maybe you watch thoughtlessly some petty criminals take away your money, valuables, documents, or car keys. Maybe you don't have a thought in your brain and you act like a drunk and drugged person would. So, does that mean that if I see you in that state, I should conclude that you're a cognitively deficient, rude, socially inept, and disgusting individual who is also shameless, can articulate, can put two words together, irresponsible and idiotic? And now, as a second question, if someone sees you in that state, does that mean that they can kick your hand, break your legs, rape you, steal from you, or do anything else from that category, huh? Or should they rather be providing physical help? When your cat is wandering around at night and staring at you, maybe, does it mean that they're trying to abuse you in some way? Or if it tears your sofa or grabs your food, does it mean it's attacking you? So I hope you can answer those questions for yourself, yeah? Now, my question is, why are people so willing to confuse a physically and cognitively impaired state of basically an unconsciousness that happens as a result of brain disorder, which is not my fault, which is completely out of my control, and which has nothing to do with who I am? With evil character or debrain somebody? There are those concepts in social psychology of situational versus dispositional attribution. I can tell you, it's frightening how many people are willing to label you as criminal, terrorist, pervert, whore, liar, actress, etc., instead of even asking themselves the question about external, uncontrollable factors causing the state, the physical state they observe. There were individuals who called me devil or who made cross gestures when passing me by, looking at me and laughing to my face. Well, I do not have no problems with God. He's my best buddy in life. I have been talking about it in a different video. I'm going to tell this to you now that I'm trying to turn over the page again, yeah? Not without some difficulty. Yeah, I'm going to page 6 now. So I told you in my other videos that I'm a religious person. I believe in God, yeah? He's the company, the only company I have now, but he's the best company, yeah? And God will be with me eternally, for the eternity, yeah? But the people who abuse a sick, scared, exhausted girl suffering from a brain disorder, who is a victim of terrible crimes, they have a problem. They do have a problem, I think. My real self, if you're so sure, why wouldn't you talk to me during the day and ask me things when I'm awake and conscious? Alternatively, why wouldn't you try to attack me when I'm able to protect myself to some extent at least? Not when I'm unconscious. So those are not the questions to the readers of this letter, of course, yeah. They are for the people who state smearing things, calling me debilitated, idiotic, criminal, lying, actress, terrorist, etc. Yeah, those were all quotes. And denying the fact that whatever they do observe is not my eye. There are also individuals who genuinely believe that they get in some interaction with me when I'm in that state. Well, no, they don't. I do not remember them, I don't remember what happened. Already because I'm not registering any information during those unconscious disability periods. You should rather talk to the wall or to a cat. You'll have significantly better chances of communicating your ideas successfully. I have no more agency or cognitive capacity in that state than that body would. I do rely on your help, protection of me, and your understanding. Thank you. Amy and A. And then I produce some further information on my disorder. When my brain is completely out and turned off, my body gets up from bed with some unconscious or deeply subconscious mechanism activated in place of my brain and consciousness. The resulting effect is that of a person on overdose of illegal drugs or somebody chemically decapacitated in a broader range of comparison. My body can walk and talk with eyes open in that state. Not really talk, slur, and mutter statements that you could possibly elicit from a badly drunk person. My body does not realize where it is, what's doing, yeah, what's being forced or ordered to do by intentionally or idiotically evil others. My body does not realize who are the people surrounding it or what they are doing to it. It doesn't realize torture or abuse or rape. It's fully unable to exercise any self-defense. It's like an imperfect robot. Would not see, wouldn't be able to defend itself against external destruction because it lacks such mechanisms. Worse, my body is following orders from external sources, no matter how killing me or how idiotic. It's capable of being interrogated, but not capable of having the same analysis or information base. I'm going to try to turn the page again. So right now it was page 6. I'm gonna... Oh my goodness, how tired, how tired, how tired. Why so tired? I don't know. I'm gonna try to turn over the page. I hope it's gonna be page 7. Wow, actually it is. Surprise, that's good. Responses that the conscious eye have. So interrogating it does not lead to the same responses or conclusions that somebody could get from interrogating the conscious me. In fact, they get very, very different responses through what I have heard so far. But my hands, my body is fully unable to keep my own secret, private information private when interrogated about it. When it comes to this disorder, nothing is my choice and everything terrifies me. My body is not able to defend itself or my property in that state. It becomes meat. They can leak, they can tear apart, they can torture, they can rape, whatever they want. Someone compared me to Syria in Mexico after they realized a few things about my disorder, maybe. Then the person spent the next day in shelter trying to abuse and insult the Siri application on his phone. The worst case, the worst thing, maybe, is that whoever abuses my body in that state or intends with it or interrogates with it are preventing it from having its due nighttime rest, meaning they make me neither sleep nor wake, basically killing me in between those two states. There are recurrent periods of intense attacks on my life where I feared I'm being ousted into inexistence and death, and death of my mind for all that, yeah. And after nightly torture, my sleep takes not the 7 hours, but 7 hours plus the duration of the torture. Or if I wake up to the alarm, it may be that they did not let me sleep at all. And then I'd be falling from exhaustion during daytime. Like I was now, like I was then, where I could barely make it back to the police of torture, to the place of torture. Sorry, I could barely make it back to the place of torture after an incomplete shift at a jeweler shop assistant job. So questions, how do they get access to me? I was told my body gets out of premises, it gets out in the corridors, out into the streets, not a joke. But if someone calls and gives orders, for example, to open the door or windows, my body does just that, regardless of who the attacker is or who attackers are, yeah. It's hopeless. I'm sorry, it's helpless, it's blind, it's decapacitated. Like in Jack Reacher's novel, Running Blind. Guys, I'm gonna make a break now. I'm exhausted in the coffee. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have some coffee.